Happy National Mature Women's Day! Yay! Happy National Mature Women's Day! Because of your enthusiastic response to last week's video, I wanted to take a moment to say thank you and to let you know that you are appreciated. So do something nice for yourself today. I filmed this video a few weeks ago, and since then I've learned a lot more about intermittent fasting and weight loss after menopause. So I may jump in with additional info. Hopefully it won't be too disruptive. Hello everyone, and welcome to Free Range Diva. My name is Cheryl, and today I'm going to be talking to you about my journey with intermittent fasting. During the month of January and February, I did the 10-day belly slim down, and part of that program includes using intermittent fasting as a tool. And I enjoyed it so much that I decided to stick with it. So I've been with it about 3 months. And so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about that, about what I'm experiencing now, and I will also show you what I consider to be a very healthy, high-protein breakfast that you can use to break your fast in the morning. Now, before we go on, I want to let you know that I'm not a medical professional. I am a 66-year-old postmenopausal woman, just like many of you, who is very curious about the body and how, our bodies work. It's fascinating to me, and so I use that curiosity to learn about ways that we can improve our health, give ourselves more energy, and really make the most out of your senior years. There are many ways to practice intermittent fasting and many experts here on YouTube. I follow a nutritionist named Autumn Bates, and I'll link her channel below. But I encourage you to talk to your doctor first if you are considering an intermittent fasting program. There may be certain medical conditions or meds that you're taking that may make intermittent fasting not a good idea for you. Also, there are many options, all with health benefits, so make sure to do your research and find the option that is best for you, because it's not one size fits all. You'll want to find an option that is sustainable for you and that will give you the results that you're looking for. So a quick background is that although I'm not particularly overweight, I wasn't overweight when I decided to do the 10-day belly slim down, I didn't mind losing a few pounds, and I have always had a round belly, and belly fat is not a particularly healthy fat. In fact, it's probably the most unhealthiest fat that we can carry on our bodies. So although my life I tried to lose weight and get rid of it, I was never able to. No matter how much weight I lost, I always had that belly. So as a result of doing that, I lost about almost 5 pounds, and I lost 2 to 3 inches across my belly, waist, and lower abdomen. Now, since then, I've just done my regular diet, which includes eating healthy foods. I lean in more towards nutrition rather than exactly what I'm eating. So I eat what I consider to be a high quality diet with fresh vegetables that I get from a farmer's market. My meats are either organic or from local farms. And because I have a sensitivity to corn, I like to have a large variety in my diet as much as I can. Since I have been doing the intermittent fasting, however, I've chosen to do an 16-8 program. So 8-hour eating window followed by 16 hours of fast, most of which time I'm asleep. I start my first meal at 10 and I'm finished by 6 p.m. And I chose that window because it is the smallest window that I could pick that would allow me to still get 3 decent meals in every day. I no longer do snacking in between meals. I have learned that physiologically, it is better for us in terms of digestion to give your digestive tract a break. So I try to give it a 3 to 4 hour break between meals. And that's been very easy, actually. I don't really get hungry in between meals. By the time I get hungry, it's time to eat again. In terms of what I eat, I have taken grains almost all the way out. Occasionally, I will allow myself pasta or bread. Like I like to sometimes for lunch have like an avocado toast on Ezekiel bread with a fried egg on top. Other times I'll have a salad with lots of nuts and cheeses, and then of course lots and lots of green leafy vegetables in particular, but really all vegetables. I love broccoli, cauliflower, zucchini, all that good stuff. So I try to eat a varied and well-rounded diet. I don't drink sodas. I just drink water or tea, herbal tea, because I don't do caffeine. And then when I have coffee, which is what I consider more of a treat now, I will put maybe about a half a teaspoon of raw sugar in it and cream. So over the last 2 months that I've been doing this, I've lost another 2 pounds, even though I have not been trying. And my waist measurements have stayed the same except for the lower abdomen, and I have gained a half of an inch on the lower abdomen, which does not make me happy. And so I need to kind of go back and really look at my diet to figure out what I'm trying to do is be able to use intermittent fasting as a maintenance plan. Because, and the reason is, I enjoy it. I enjoy the way that I feel giving my body that long break. I find that when I eat, I feel much lighter and like what I'm eating is being easily digested and incorporated into my body. I feel energetic. Last night I slept about 8 solid hours, which is unusual for me, but the night before I slept probably 9 solid hours. Now I was really busy the few days leading up to that, so that rest was well deserved. But usually I wake up at least once or twice in the middle of the night. Sometimes I wake up at like 4 in the morning or 3 in the morning and can't get back to sleep. So being able to sleep like that is really a blessing for me because I've been a lifelong insomniac. I've struggled with sleep since I was a child. During the fasting hours, there are a lot of good things that happen in your body. One of them is that your body switches from burning carbohydrates or sugar to burning fat. Your insulin levels drop and your metabolism actually speeds up, and your body begins a process of doing something called cellular repair. These are just a few of the benefits that happen during the fasting hours. And so I am loving so far this intermittent fasting journey. Now, I know that there are some of you that have done this a lot longer than me, and I hope that you chime in the comments because I want to actually talk to other people that are doing it or have done it. I really want to know a little bit more about, your experience. One of the things I struggle with is getting enough protein. Apparently, I've learned that my protein requirements are a lot higher than I thought they were, especially in light of the fact that as we age, our body loses some of its digestive robustness, so it's important that we get protein sources that are easily digestible. So when I break my fast, I really want to make sure that I get a powerful nutritional component to my diet for the first meal of the day. Now, I love a good smoothie, and many days that's what I have. I mix protein, fat, and fiber easily in my smoothie so that I can get it all in one meal and get it all at once. So I think about nutrition. I don't put anything in there that doesn't have a superfood or high nutritional impact. However, some days I don't want a smoothie for breakfast. It's not something I'm going to have every day for the rest of my life. So today I'm sharing a high protein porridge that you can make, hot cereal in the morning. That is a low carb option to oatmeal. I call it a faux oatmeal or a no oatmeal, but it is one of the most satisfying, delicious, soothing, comforting foods that I have made, that I've discovered on this journey, this intermittent fasting journey. And that's why I wanted to share it with you today. Oh, and did I mention that it tastes absolutely delicious? It does. And the number one ingredient in here is going to be hemp hearts. I like this brand from Manitoba Harvest because it is really, really a cleanly formulated product. They're a B Corporation, certified B Corporation, so no, you don't have to worry about any kind of environmental impact. And 3 tablespoons of these hemp seeds gives you 10 grams of protein. Now the breakfast has 4 tablespoons in it actually, but as far as the nutritional value, and this is an easily digestible protein, by the way, which is something that we have to think about as we get older. So for example, in addition to 3 tablespoons giving you 10 grams of protein, you also get 20% of your iron requirement for the day. You get 25% of thiamine, 35% of phosphorus, 45% of magnesium, and 100% of manganese. This also has a healthy amount of fats and a lot of other nutritional components to it as well. So, hemp hearts for the win. I also put in 10 grams of protein powder. For ease of digestibility, I like whey protein. There are other protein powders. I think pea protein powders tend to be fairly easily digestible as well, although not as digestible as this. But 1 scoop of this gives you 10 grams of protein. And I use the bourbon vanilla flavor. That's where a lot of the flavor in this comes from. Additionally, I put in flax seeds for balancing hormones. And as a postmenopausal woman, I need phytoestrogens in my diet to help keep things like hot flashes and excess weight gain away. So I grind up 2 tablespoons of this before I add it in. And the reason that's the reason that I use flax. And if you want the phytoestrogen benefit, then you have to grind it up fresh. So these are just golden flax seeds whole, and then I grind these up in a spice grinder. If you are not postmenopausal and you're not, you don't care about the estrogen benefits, then you can buy pre-ground flax, and it's got 2 tablespoons of this is your fat requirement your per serving fat requirement of healthy omega-3 fatty acids. And it also has a very nutty, rich kind of just a nutty flavor. So these are the 3 main components. I also use things like almond milk. In what you're going to see today, I had some leftover. I had some apple cider that has been sitting around. Not necessarily something that if you're really carb sensitive and you really want to stick to low carb, then don't use juice. You can use something like a rooibos tea, for example, because that has a beautiful flavor, or just water. And you'll get your flavor from the almond milk and from the almonds and from the vanilla protein powder. So let me just show it to you, and then I'll wrap this video up. Here we go. So here are the ingredients. In a small saucepan, I'm putting 1/4 cup or 4 tablespoons of hemp hearts, 2 tablespoons of freshly ground flax seeds, and 1 scoop of protein powder. A dash of cinnamon, nutmeg, then about a 1/2 cup of liquid. In this case, it's almond milk and apple cider. This amount will make a thick porridge, but feel free to use more or less liquid to suit your preferred consistency. Oh, I also put in a pinch of sea salt and a teaspoon of ghee for extra flavor. Stir, stir, stir to mix it really well. Place on your stove over medium heat and continue to stir. and in about 3 minutes, this will thicken up as it begins to bubble and simmer. And it's done! This tastes delicious just as it is, but let's have some fun with garnishes for extra flavor and nutrition. I've got some fresh blackberries today, fat and juicy, some tart raspberries with that beautiful red color. I chopped up some pecans and am adding them in for crunch. And last are raw cacao nibs with their bittersweet chocolate goodness. Now, I may not be the best food stylist, but I promise you, this is so good and satisfying you will stay full for hours. It makes me want to stop, sit down, and properly enjoy this hot, nourishing porridge while appreciating the beauty of this cool, rainy day. Thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you very soon.